Alright, what's up you guys? Slim here with my boy, Asian Persuasion. You already know on the deck profiles. Here at YCS Atlanta, and we're here with
Jerry.
And what did you do today?
Top 32 at YCS Atlanta.
Playing what deck?
Pendulum.
Awesome. Best deck?
Best deck in my opinion.
Awesome. Alright.
Really good. So
Alright, well let's see what you played.
Alright, cool. So we played pure magicians. I mean, that's magician pendulums. 3 astrographs, 3 chronographs. They're all really, really good. Starter cards, love them. I opted to play Wisdom Eye versus, I see a lot of people playing the pen call build where they put 3 and they take Wisdom Eye out because it conflicts with it, obviously. But I was playing a small cute tech that needed this, so I opted to play this over the other one. I also feel like the pen call build is very glass cannony. You put a lot on the board, and if they break it, there's not a recovery play for you. So this is just utility and recovery plays as well. I played the Dark Rhyme engine where I felt like 3 was really cloggy, so I cut it down for the Cerebus engine, also starter cards, and 2 is necessary. I feel like later on in the games when he's engraved or something happens, you reoccur, he comes back, and then you get to search another one. Sometimes you hard draw one of these and it sucks, but if you were playing 1 and you hard draw 1, then there you go, your rhymes. But I played 2, it worked out. I opted to play 2 of this versus 3. He's very subpar in my opinion. I needed room to play the Cerebus engine, so he was the most logical thing to cut down to 1. He helps out things, but at the same time, again, he's very subpar, so it worked out at 2, so it didn't matter. Best magician, she did a lot. This 100 attack power came up, and I OTK'd a guy. Yes, they all gain 600, and it's like additional damage for no reason. So, but it's also like the summoning effect is crazy. This is a spicy little tech.
Oh,
Hamster's pretty good. It really synergizes with this guy, because all it requires is the monster normal summoned on the field requires to have a level 5 or lower pendulum face up, and it can basically tribute itself to summon 2 more hamsters. So you just go and Electromite pre-pendulum summoning. Also the recovery play of the scale, banishing and adding 2 with the same name to your hand. A lot of people didn't know about that, and it helped get out of situations where I think I would have lost because I had no recovery play. And then again with the pen call build, I felt like this is much better to stay in the game longer and just, you know, hopefully you win at the end. So, Mythical Beast engine. This is really good. One of my friends told me to play the level 4 draw just to help you get hamster off, which I'm gonna test and see if that works or not. He's just your starter card. Like you try to put as many starter cards in your deck to get Electromite out first before you pen summon. So that's the goal. It worked almost every time. I would see him, and seeing him in hand is not bad either. He's a spellcaster dark level 6. He can still overlay into Naruto, and if he's engraved, Blackfang can bring him back. And then purple poison can boost him up by 1200. A guy forgot that I had, I guess, scale here, and he swung into this guy, and I just purple poison. And he was just like, well, shit, I lose. So that was pretty cool, and he's a walking solemn strike. I mean, that's also really nice. Him, I tribute summon him once to like troll him. I won pretty much, but yeah, he comes up sometimes. But sometimes you pen summon on your turn, you're just like, oh, I can place 2 skills and banish a monster. It doesn't matter. But
always flexing, always flexing a little bit. Always
flexing. Oath Dragon, I opted to play 2. I feel 2 is a good number. Harmonizing brings out another one, and then you can get into Naruto if certain situations like that comes up. Also good just for utility and search. I do play 1 pen call in here, and it helps searches out this and all that. And he gets to add back to your hand, and that's broken. High scales, he's really good just to have the attack monster. Really helps get over big monsters, and if you combo out first and you pick up absolute graveyard, you always have an astrograph to summon it back. So a free 25k beat stick is really nice. Also high scale, all that jazz. The 2 garnets.
The garnet.
I'd rather draw her than him. I mean, I'd rather draw him than him. So.
Every deck. We always got garnets.
This was a 11 round Swiss. I wanted to play this. They're bricks, and I understand that, but in my last round in top 32, I got grassed game 1 and game 3. So
that's how you lost.
That's how I lost, and I mean, it was unfortunate, but it happens. And in one of my rounds in Swiss, he also grassed me, and I had this luckily, and it got me there. So it's really sucky against mirrors, and I understand that, but I feel like against Rogue in an 11 round Swiss, it's too good. Like Dracos, Rogue,
grind through all the Swiss around.
Yeah, so I decided to main it. 2 pots over 3. Personally, I don't like the card as much. I mean, it's a banish 10 great, draw 2. It's a draw 2 plus 1. But sometimes I would draw another one and just really aggravate me. So I play 2. Just that's my safe number, so I kept it with that. It's a good card. I don't care about banishing any of these guys. There's always more copies of it, and it's always drawing 2 always helps extend your play further than it doesn't. Pot's solid. Only played 1 of each foolish. Some people were playing 2 Dragon Trines, which was really weird to me because this is utility. I mean, this is your starter card. You see one of these, Dark Realms Engraved, special, add, done, keep going. So this helps you get some spellcasters engraved to help utilize Black Fang and etc. But that came up once or twice, but it wasn't like a game-changing kind of thing. The last 3 cards are just Pen Call, 1 Duelist Alliance, and 1 Pendulum Graph. Opening hand, if I see this and I still can make combo, I'm searching this, and you're getting cut because this card's amazing. Like, I understand that it's a brick, and I understand that like going second, I always pretty much side this engine out and put in like, it's not really an engine, but like put in 3 cards that help, you know, stop the opponent, etc. Because yeah, Pen Call is good, but I mean, again, my focus is not on Pen Call. My focus is on the hamster and all that stuff. So
makes sense. 40 in the main?
43.
43. All right.
I knew it wasn't
like... Yeah, 43, because, I mean, the argument is that I play 2 of these, and I doesn't really brick. Every card does something.
Attention Yu-Gi-Oh players.
With Pendulum decks, I feel like you can play over, but again, math and people might not agree with me. Extra deck, I played 3 Electromites over 2 Electromites. This came up so many times where like sometimes you open a little awkward and you have to use your second Electromite to get to a Vortex. And then this is just there like one of my opponents in Swiss didn't think I was playing a third, and I played a third, and he was like, you got it. Like, he pretty much, because like he needed like usually like, oh, you use your Electromites. I'm like, no, I got 1 more. And they're like, well, fuck. So I was able to push and get through it. I think 3 is a solid number. Board load just gets out of sticky situations. I didn't really go into him. I probably won't cut him just because like it comes up and you don't want it. You don't not want it to be in your extra deck when that situation's like, well, crap, board load would have won me the game. So your extra deck's sort of flexible in my opinion. So I just play him. Zephyr's the god. Like it's a 3-link pointing down, and when you have like, let's say Vortex Dragon chilling here, and they're scared of this for next turn, they get rid of this, he gets to utilize more Pendulum stuff. So I like him a lot, and on my turn he's a spot removal, so that came up a lot too, where like I'm like, okay, banish him, or banish a card, banish, and then they're like, well, I guess, and then keep going. And the 3 links pointing down is godly. Like,
don't give your opponent any, but you
exactly, you got all 3, dude. He's subpar. I'm gonna take him out for underclock ticker. My theory with him was that if I got cherried, at least I could keep playing a little bit. But I never really got cherried, lucky. But underclock ticker will get you out of those random situations where you just need a pointer going down. We played the standard 2 fusions. I know a lot of people are playing more of this to make like the Harbinger board, which goes in turn with the turbo pen call, and I felt like you commit a lot to the board. Like your extra deck was basically gone by the time you finished your board, and I just felt like that wasn't smart in a sense. Again, I'm really a big believer on utility of reoccurrence and then just staying in the game. So that's why I chose. I mean, he comes up when I force a scapegoat, and then he just swings for piercing in game, and then they're like, that's pretty much it for the fusions. Didn't play more than that. Standards, synchros, went into him a lot. Didn't really go into him. I went to Tornado Dragon more just because I felt like Tornado Dragon was like a solid answer to a card. Like it was like, that's a card that's not getting resolved. Well, while him, it's like, unless you really open Broken and make him and like a Tornado, like he just snipes a card, and sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not, and it's a waste of a thing. Like you remove the body and you snipe a card, but it might not do anything. So sometimes when I would summon Harmonizing, I would always go into Tornado. Him, I didn't really go into him. I didn't feel like the necessary spot removal where you didn't target. If I were pushing, I would always make him pretty much, because it would just synchro and blow up their board and attack for game. I know a lot of people weren't opting this card. I just kept them in there just just in case scenarios kind of deal. I might change him to like do something else with it, but he's staying there for now. The last 4 is these XCs. I mean, he's standard. You need him for Vortex. Sometimes I make him to go into the first turn 2 negations or 3 negations, etc. He sacks games. He sacks a lot of games, so that's why I keep him. Where he can just steal your monsters without targeting, steal your monster's attack without targeting, and then drop it to 0 and then swing in for like 5,000 damage. Like, it's insane. He's very solid too. He just pops a card and just chills. So 20k, 21 body, and then pops a card. That's the extra deck in the main deck. Side deck. I played 3 ogres. I wanted to main this because last week in Dallas, a lot of people were playing like Dracos and all that crap, and I know like just destroying a diagram with this, it's great. Like, it's a great feeling. I just felt like it's like hand traps are bricks in your deck. Like, you don't want to see cards that don't function with each other, and I just opted to side it. And then, like, let's say I go against the mirror. This is insane in the mirror. Like, you pop a Electromite, and if they don't have a follow up, then like a GG. Like, I would take out like the ashes and just put these in, etc. So also helps with Rogue in the Draco matchup. I played 3 Wavering. I sacked 2 people, Wavering 4. It was pretty good. A lot of people weren't playing this because of the whole Pendulum call crap, and I'm like, in my opinion, like, you see it. If you see it, and there's a chance where you can get Ash too, where like it doesn't do anything. So it's like, show me. Like, show me you got pen call. If you don't, then I'm setting this on my turn, having a Vortex negate, and then when you try to do something, like, let you do something, like knock 2-3 cards out of your hand, you're playing with a 4-card hand, and then, I mean, if you don't have an Ash or another Wavering to chain, my negation will stop one of them, and if you don't have something else to follow up, you lost. Like, I'm searching another one of these, adding a scale, and then banishing a card on the field or whatever. So I will always play this. I didn't really like this card, in my opinion. I didn't play a lot of back row decks. I played Twister over this. Like, when I were to side it in, I like ditching cards now, because like Blackfang really helps a lot, and like if you open Dark Rhyme in this, it's like value. Like, it's just free value. If you pop 2 cards, he comes back, you search a card. Yeah, I like against rogues and other stuff, I just felt like this was enough, and I just wanted my battle phase a lot. Like, I wanted to kill you on your turn. I didn't want to give you a turn, because in these kind of tournaments, 1 turn for an opponent like can just turn the game over, and then you get first. Like, definitely. I just felt like this was okay. Clear your board, continue playing. So I might take these out, just mess around with the other cards. The barrier is pretty freaking good against the mirror. I go first. I make my big board. I set this. You lose, because you do anything to change them, like, you lose. Because during like Zoo format, like, you only have Dryden and small shit. Like, when you chain this, they're like, cool, I hit you for 18. We go on from there. With Pendulum Mirrors, it's like, I have a Vortex, I have a Tornado Dragon, I have a Zephyrite, like, you're dead next turn, like, it's over. So
Lethal's on board.
This card's relevant again in Link format, it's crazy. I might opt out to play 1 more and then just go first with that. I like this card a lot. And against Rogue too, like, sometimes against Lightsworn, I was able to set this because I didn't know what really to side against them, because all these does nothing really to them. And I'm like, XC, and they're like, well, I can't make them Minerva. Master. These were very, subpar. Yeah, I played these for Draco. I feared the Draco matchup because they can just break your boards like really easily.
Any shout-outs you want to give, man?
Yeah, but shout-outs to San Antonio, Texas. Shout-outs to my team Snope. Shout-outs to all the members, Quest, Henry, Anthony, Eric, Brandon, and Tony, and Chris.
Awesome.
I hope to keep going and hopefully get
man. Well, congratulations on your top, and thank you for the deck profile.
Thank you.